Anvil Music and Media. I'm back again. I am actually in a different location. I'm in my studio, the infamous studio that you see probably on the other videos, but different time and different place. I wanted to kind of keep the consistency. Last couple times I was driving and commute, so yeah, we're just hanging out here. This is where I get my research in, where I do research. One of my pieces is going up, but anyway, this is where I do music production, editing, all sorts of things. So I'm here actually researching a few things. What I just did was I was cleaning up my desktop a little bit. For those of you that don't know, if you don't get the clutter out of your desktop, you're gonna start to have issues with your computer slowing down. So anyway, yeah, we're just hanging out today. Like I said, it's a different time. Normally I'm like on super early, so I just wanted to come on while I was doing this. I was checking out this article. The article is a top 5 mice for Macs, for gamers, professionals. For those that you maybe know, I have I have at least one video that I have the Kensington. I'm gonna show you it. It's the Kensington trackball, which I have a love and hate relationship with, because I just haven't gotten used to it. The workflow is like crazy for me, but this article is just kind of giving the top 5 mice for Macs for professionals and gamers. So I'm just looking here. I can show you, turn around. Let's see. So at number 1, they've got the Logitech M185, the wireless mouse. And you see here, it's got the USB hookup for it. Compact design, available with USB-C or receiver or Bluetooth. I think I want to go back to getting this. I may end up purchasing that, but these are the top 5 right here. So let's see. Let's scroll down. Logitech Signature M550. If you like the design of the Logitech M185 but have larger hands, no, I don't have larger hands, so I'm gonna skip that. The Razer Death Adder. Don't like that name. Hyperspeed wireless exports and gaming mouse. Okay, cool. But yeah, so I was just checking out. Let me turn the camera back around. I was checking out possibly getting a new mouse in the future. I wanted to maybe give you some Apple news this week. It's another slow week. I mean, last week it was like slow. This week is slow. We're just coming out of the Apple event a couple weeks ago, I think. But and this, coincidentally, this article is actually it's an older article, but I think it's a really cool sort of thing that Apple's working on, and it has everything to do with your keyboard. So we're gonna get into that, because I think this is sort of cool. Like, whatever they're trying to design is going to be a great feature if it does kind of go through. So that what they're looking at, and it's the famous Magic keyboard. It's going to maybe one day become more magical and possibly a little bit thicker. They're actually looking to fit a computer inside of the keyboard, and you would what would happen is you would actually just pay for the keyboard, which is kind of cool. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. This was introduced back in the 80s, I think, either the 80s or 90s, but basically they want this to be compact. So when you purchase it, it's just going to be this, and it's going to be a layer under this, which will be your sort of like your tower, if you will, like the old school computers. So they are. So I'm gonna turn it around, let you see what that looks like. So you see here how the top portion is the keyboard, and then under that is sort of like your I mean, obviously it's your keys, but then the computer is gonna lay on the third layer, which is like, that's very interesting. Literally all you would get is a keyboard, nothing else. You'd have to have monitors, and you'd have to purchase, you know, a mouse and all of the external things that nature. But I think it's cool. Like I actually like this if this were to come to fruition. Let's see, this device configuration can allow the user to carry a single computing device that can provide a desktop computing experience at any location. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like we're already kind of doing this, so it may seem a little outdated. We already have the iPad, which, you know, that's top on my list. The iPad is like, I do not like the iPad, but it's similar. Obviously, the iPad has no keyboard. You know, the keyboard is actually in the computer, which is more up to date than what this would have been. But I just thought this was really cool to be able to have, if they do design, Apple does actually design a computer that fits inside your keyboard. That's just pretty cool. What else are they saying here? Components such as processors, batteries, memory, integrated circuits are now being manufactured in smaller footprints to provide lightweight and thin portable computing devices. So yeah, it's kind of innovative. I think. I thought that was a cool article. The article's an old article, but who knows what Apple is working on? I do not know what they're working on. So I normally try to get some time in here to do some research, meditation, whatever, just to be able to get away from everything else. I'm looking up something really quick. See what I have. Is anybody in sort of in the market for a Mac computer? Anybody looking for a MacBook or an iMac? I would encourage you, if you are, I am a huge proponent of used Macs. Now, I don't know why there's really not a push for this. I guess it wouldn't be a push for it because Apple would want you to purchase from their website, right? It's not going to be a real big push on that because, like, you know, Apple's not really they don't want you to get used Macs. But I probably all of my Macs, with the exception of one, I've purchased online used. I've purchased used, and I've gotten it for a great price, coincidentally, off of eBay, which, you know, but those that are sort of like looking, I don't know what you may be looking for, but I would encourage you, check out eBay, check out other websites. You can literally Google whatever computer or whatever you're looking for. But I'm telling you, go use if you can. Go use. Let's see. I'm actually looking at something that I've been writing for a minute. So let's see. I've got this article. I'm excited. Like I'm working on an ebook for like first time Apple buyers or Mac buyers, if you want to call it that. But this ebook just basically gives you a rundown of what you should be looking for in terms of MacBooks or iMacs or Mac Pros. Because, you know, they get expensive, like super expensive, right? It's just super duper expensive. Let's see. Recently, of course, with the introduction of the M1 chip or the M chip, that's sort of like revolutionized the way we sort of see or we sort of look at Apple products. Just basically because the older models, I think they were called Silicon Macs or Intel Macs, you just get a lot more power. You get a lot more speed for your money. You know, it's still going to be expensive, right? It's still going to be super expensive, but the M1 models, and if you got any questions on that, you know, feel free to email me or leave a comment in the comment section. Those Macs are offered the M1 chip is offered to the MacBook, the iMac. I think they're also in my most favorite computer, the iPad. I can't stand the iPad. I just do not like iPads for whatever reason. And so yeah, check that out. But if you had any questions on like you're looking for Macs, I'd be happy to answer those questions. But yeah, for me, like I said, I'm just sitting here just getting a few things done. I've tried to be more consistent like lately, or I've just started rather with these live sessions. And I'm telling you, it's a daunting task, like as a creator, as a content creator, to do live. Like it took me probably 2 or 3 years to muster up the fortitude to be able to just come on live and just be able to talk. So glad y'all are bearing with me. Yeah, any questions? Anybody got any questions? Any comments? I'm sort of, like I said, just hanging out before I shut things down here. I want to say one thing. I am looking at the Mac Studio. Speaking of the M chip, the Mac Studio is like next on my list. I want to get the M1 Ultra, even though they are looking at releasing the M3 for Mac Studio, or I think it's the M3 Pro or Ultra is coming up later. And then the M4 is going to be coming next year. So that's kind of exciting. Super expensive computers, I'm telling y'all, super expensive. Super expensive computer. But the M Studio is sort of my next thing. I have two iMacs that I use that are so reliable. The iMacs I have, they're so reliable. Like I've had these iMacs for a little bit over 4 or 5 years, but at the same time, you wouldn't believe how old they are. So that's why, like, for me, Apple products are like just the best to be able to work with, because they're just reliable, and they allow you to do a lot with a lot of things. I'm not really sort of caught up in the bells and whistles, all the colors and the marketing schemes, because Apple's got to get y'all to buy. They got to get y'all to purchase what so that they can make money, which honestly, they're really only making money, or I shouldn't say they aren't. They're really only making, I should say, money on iPhones. Like that's the most revenue. That's the most of where their revenue comes from. So, but anyhow, yep, that's been good. We got any questions? Anybody got any questions? If you have any, leave it in the comments. And like I said, I mean, news has sort of been slow here the last few weeks, but I wanted to come on and just talk to you about a few things that are sort of coming up, and definitely hope to see you maybe sometime next week again as I come on live. I'm gonna try to get back up here maybe next Monday or Tuesday, and yeah, definitely join me back. It's good to have everybody here, those who stopped in, those who came by. Thanks for dropping in. This is Brett, and I will see you later. All right.